Okay, so today I'm going to open up this figure set here. Kind of cool. Now I plan on opening up and I'm going to keep the Prince Adam, but I'm going to actually sell the other two singly on eBay. So, but anyway, really cool figures. I like them a lot. I already opened my other set, but I thought I would let you guys watch me open this set. Kind of fun. These are great figures. I actually really enjoy them a lot. But I thought it'd be cool to open them live on YouTube. Besides that, it makes it easier as I'm not stuck editing the video afterwards. The bad part is, and they end up going long as you sit there and watch me fumble through the packaging and everything else. But who knows, maybe I'll make a shorter edited version of this in the future. But for right now, those that want to can watch me open this. All right. So let's get this package open. There we go. There they are. Those are some cool action figures. So let's go ahead and take a look at these and bust them out of their packages. One thing you'll notice is they do have some wiring you have to unwind on them first in order to get them out of the package. And so I'm going to pull that wiring off. They also have the rubber bands, so let's cut those off. Okay, looks like they are ready to go. So, first up is Stratos. Let's go ahead and pop Stratos out of here. All right, he is free. Now, this is, like I said, the second set I opened. This set's a little different from my other one. I noticed that on this one, it looks like the wing is looser on the wrist. If I was going to keep this figure, I would take and tighten that up one of two ways. One, I'd take a heat gun and I would take off the hand very carefully and then maybe add some glue right inside where that wrist touches that part, and then let it dry and then put it back on, and that would help that from being so flopsy like that. The other side is not too loose, looks about right. The wings are a little bit on the floppy side. I'd probably take and work with those to get them to stick on the arms a little better. The belt, pretty cool looking belt. Looks like I can adjust it or change it a little bit. I just leave it where it's at though. Has a spot to fit under the bump. Now these do have the new ankle articulation, which I just really like that new ankle articulation. It's kind of cool. It does great for the stance because you get that new twist in there, and you can get these guys in some really dynamic poses once you get that foot twisted just right in order to accommodate that. So that's kind of cool. All right. The plastic does feel a little different than we're used to with the standard Masters, but it's not bad. It's just different. I think his figures are built well. I'm kind of glad we have them. A cool rendition to the ones we're used to. The nice part is this Stratos has one feature the other Stratos has never had, and that is a hand that can hold things. So in this hand right here, you can actually put things in there. An example is he comes with this accessory, so you can use this and put his hand in there to hang onto the accessory. So let's just go ahead and do that now. There we go. Kind of cool. Now, of course, it's made to fit up here, up high, and it has that, so you can put it into the open hand, so it can fit right around his hand, even on the hand that's not made to hold weapons. So you can actually take and put a sword in one hand, and then this magical weapon that makes him fly in the other. All right, well, that's enough for Stratos. He has a regular articulation as all the other figures, except for the one on the ankle. That's the one main difference. And again, that articulation, I'll show you one more time how it kind of rotates around. And I have noticed these on other figures too. All right. So let's set him aside and let's go on to Trapjaw. Now, I'm not going to take out all Trapjaw's weapons just because I am going to sell these on eBay, and I don't want, I'm just going to take and cut the package and let people pop them out again themselves. But I will show you some features about this. All right. So Trapjaw, he has the same ankle articulation because it's obviously new. I really do like that ankle articulation. It's pretty cool. He's got a really good range of motion. You can make him sit pretty easily. The one thing that's different that I've kind of shown in some other videos is the way his weapons fit into his actual arm is a little different. I will take one of these out just to show you guys how that works. Take out this right here. So you can see on this particular attachment that it's actually a little pin or a little peg on there instead of the original ones we've seen in the past. Let me go ahead and pull one of the other ones off to show you. I got my USB Roboto here, because I like to use him for the stand-in for this. And you can see the difference on those pegs pretty easily. You can see here we have the original one, and then here we have the new one. So they are quite a bit different. The bad news is you can't fit the old ones in. It doesn't fit, it doesn't work. And unfortunately, you can't fit the new ones in there very well either. They don't stay in, they just kind of flop right out. So they're really not that interchangeable with the old style. So that's a bummer. Ugh. Let's go ahead and put them back. In case you're wondering, it's a USB drive that I use for my computer, and I put all kinds of cool files on them. Makes it fun. All right. So let's see how this fits in there. And I actually like the way this snaps in and out better than the original ones. They do fit nice and tight in there. They are easy to put in and remove. So that is handy to have that. All right. So there's the new Trapjaw. You will notice the mouth does not move on him. And again, if you want to take and pop the heads off, make sure you heat them up. Either use a hairdryer or hot water or some way to heat it up before you pop that head off so you don't break the neck joint inside. You don't want to break them, so be careful about that. All right, and the last one, I've actually done a review on him already by himself. This is the figure I'm going to keep out of this set because you can never have too many He-Man bodies to customize. And so this Prince Adam body is going to become a DC He-Man soon. And I really like these figures. These are so cool. And you can see, again, we have all the standard articulation, just like all the other Masters of the Universe Classics figures. You will notice the pinholes are smaller on these figures than you're used to. And, of course, the ankle articulation is different on this guy as well. But, again, he's got some great standing moves. And with this one in particular, I'm going to take off his vest and put on a He-Man armor on him and make him into a DC Comics He-Man. So that's kind of my plan. He does sport the hairstyle from the Ular figure. So kind of cool the way they did that. So a throwback to the old comics. So let's take a look. First of all, we have our original Prince Adam. You guys have seen him before. Nothing new. Pretty cool. But what's different about the new one? Well, one thing right off the bat that I noticed, they're Vax. Notice this one has a sword holder. This one does not. Now, originally, this one was supposed to have a sword holder, but the rumor is it has it that it fell off during one of the transportations, and they were bringing the figure from one show to another. And so they put it back on. Pretty cool. I really like that little feature. I kind of wish we got a new Prince Adam of the old style just to put that on there. Something else interesting I noticed is look at this. Look at the actual peg hole. And this peg hole is the original, is relatively large. But look how small the new peg holes are.
So you can actually see the difference right there. They actually made the peg holes smaller in the new one. Kind of interesting. Not only did they do it on the elbows, but they also did it on the knees. Notice the new one has these smaller peg holes. And even the ankles are pegless, or don't have the peg holes at all on the ankles of the new one from Powercon. Now, something else people have noticed is there's no peg holes in the bottom of the feet in order to actually position your figures on small little stands. See, the old one has the peg hole on the bottom of the foot. On the new one, no peg hole. I actually kind of like it with no peg hole. I think it's cool. It's kind of reminiscent of the old 80s figures with no peg holes. And I know some people don't like it. They might have the Grayskull stands. They might have some other type of items that have to require the peg holes. But I think it's great. One thing that's also cool about the new one, well, obviously I really like the face sculpt. It has that look similar to the old DC comic. The hair is really cool on it. It's a great face sculpt. If you take a look, he has no painted parts. So you could literally take the vest off and just put He-Man armor on and you'd have a He-Man figure. I think that's really cool. Then you could actually make like a D3 looking He-Man figure just by removing his vest and slap on some He-Man armor and we'd resell. What's interesting is the new articulation on the actual clip. So here's the articulation we're used to seeing on the feet. It's the standard articulation. It slides back and forth, has a slight wobble back and forth. We've seen this many times on all the figures, but the new one has a brand new articulation on the foot. And stabbing down. Pick up the new one, and look at this strange articulation. It actually swivels around. Interesting, huh? So you can actually turn it all the way around if you wanted to. The articulation is located just in the front with an angle. I imagine there's probably a pin right here that goes at an angle right there to allow that articulation to do that strange movement like that. All right. Some people have complained that the heel on their figure is not located correctly. So let's go ahead and look at that issue. If this thing is twisted at all, it will give the illusion like the heel is mislocated. And on some of your figures, I have noticed that this heel can be shifted and it's stuck. The actual sculpt of the figure causing just a bit of a slight articulation angle like that, which then causes the heel to look like it's mislocated. Unfortunately, the way to fix that, you pull it apart by heating it up and then slightly sanding around the people right there where it connects. I'm okay with the heel being off a little bit on some of the other figures. I'm going to leave it. It's not that big of a deal to me, but that's probably what's causing the call. And make your He-Man figure stand free and straight and tall. I really like the new articulation. It's great. I like the small peg holes. The plastic does feel kind of weird. It is a little different than what we're used to. I have found you have to heat the heads up either by using the hot water in a cup or by using some kind of hair dryer or heat gun in order to cool it off so you don't break it. But other than that, I think figure's been pretty low figure. The loincloth is very loose. One other thing you'll notice is the actual crotch section on the older figures is actually smaller. Now, the wider one makes this part stick out further. It gets a little bit wider, and then it causes the leg, the hips stick out a little bit further on the sides. The nice part is I found the wide one that actually worked better for putting on battlefield.
Prince Adam from Powercon and turn him into a He-Man. So first thing you have to do is get the vest off. There's a couple ways to do this. One is to pull off the arms and then pull the vest up over the body. It also works pulling it down through the torso, depending on which way you want to go. Another way is to carefully try to undo this snap on there, which is glued in place. Now, I'm not sure how much glue Super 7 uses. I'm going to try that first to see if I can get that apart. And if not, then I'll go with pulling the vest and stretching and pulling it down over the legs and pulling the legs off. So first things first, I got my hot water here. And let's go ahead and put Prince Adam in there and heat up that vest. And this water was boiling just like a minute ago, so it is pretty hot. He is wet. All right. So now let's take a look at that snap and see if we can get it apart. Oh, and look at that. It's coming apart without any problem at all. That is awesome. This will make it way easier. Some of the Prince Adams we got from the original line were very hard to take the vest apart. Being they made this out of soft rubber, it made it really easy to pull off. So this will be probably one of the easiest customs I've made in a long time. The nice part is you guys can make this custom really easily too. And this vest will be great for using on a different action figure. Maybe sticking in my other Prince Adam for kind of a fun color swap. So there we go. Now we got our He-Man figure just about ready. Now the next part, super easy. Just take one of the armors. I like to heat it up just for a second, just so it's easier to be pliable. And just basically put it on the Prince Adam figure. And that will be it. And you'll find that usually when you deal with anything with the figures, if you do a quick heat on it, it just works so much better for everything. Everything's more pliable. You don't have to worry about the paint coming off as easy. Or getting white marks and stretching things out. Yeah. Easy peasy. And now I have my DC Comics He-Man. You warm his hand up to get the sword in there. Nice and pliable. Okay. And there is my custom DC Comics He-Man, ready to go. He's got the dual cuffs. It's really awesome. And of course he has the new ink articulation. All right, Ebro fans, we will see you next time. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like,